All right, should be live. Howdy, boys and girls. Welcome to Merry Madness. I am unfortunately waiting on my co-host. Discord says she's playing Destiny. I messaged her a few times. Let's hope she hops on. Saw Samuel's in the chat. Nope. Face cam. Right now, I'm still trying to. I didn't really think ahead. The lighting in my room at my parents' place is pretty bad. So looks absolutely horrific, and I just got a haircut, which honestly I don't know how to style properly yet. So I look atrocious. The lighting is atrocious. Let's use Dinobot. Dinobot looks better. Yeah, I promised to stream at 5:30. This is a 5:30 stream. If anyone's got like Kat's phone number or something, call her because I've sent her multiple messages and she is just not responding. Yeah. Bum. Yeah, this is a boring way to start a stream. I mean, I guess while I'm waiting on Kat to show up, I can talk about some of the topics I've been wanting to talk about for a bit that I haven't really talked about yet. Primarily House of the Dragon and Wednesday. I'll get Wednesday done first because I surprisingly have more good to say about that show than I do the House of the Dragon. Wednesday was not as painful as not as I was expecting, but as Samuel the Infamous had led me to believe. There was a lot of woke talking points, the whole whitewashing of American culture, and a bunch of complaining about mansplaining, which I don't know why Wednesday would know because she admits she doesn't use technology, so how the hell would she know modern slang, modern SJW talking points? I mean, yeah, she went to a high school, but she didn't really have any friends there. Why would she know any of this? Doesn't make any sense. Overall, though, I did enjoy Wednesday. It was a really good show. Did some of the characters feel excessive? Yeah, the mayor's kid, don't really know why we needed him. The siren chick, aside from her being a bully, we didn't really need her, which why did Wednesday, her being there didn't really do anything to affect the plot. Wednesday didn't have like any Wednesday didn't want friends. The bully didn't do anything to her at all, aside from, oh, she's a non-threatening antagonist. You didn't really need that, in my opinion. Jenna Ortega did a really good job, and someone pointed this out to me. I can't remember who. It might have been... No, it wasn't Joker Voice. I don't know. Someone told me this, but Jenna Ortega does not blink. Was not expecting that. And no, she did not blink at all. I checked. I paid attention, focused on that. Did not blink at all. Was honestly very impressive, in my opinion, that like they didn't let a single blink slip through. Just imagine they finish the season, they're done, they're doing a tour, and then they like the editor notices in a crucial scene she blinks. Oh no! Just like last minute shoot just before it goes live. My overall thoughts on like the character of Wednesday, I thought she was fine. At first I was a little bit miffed at how she came off very Mary Sue with just she's an amazing fencer, she can play the cello, she can speak like 6 languages, this and that, and then it kind of clicked that, I mean, you didn't really like her adventure wasn't really. Oh no, Kat's here. Kat.
Who are you talking to?
Well, Samuel was here. I was just giving so before you got here and we got derailed into politics, I was giving my opinions on Wednesday.
What happened on Wednesday?
Yeah, the show.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
I would recommend it more. Samuel and Joker had 2 very, very strong opinions. By the way, everyone, this is my. I don't have my camera on. This is my co-host Kat, Jobby Gamer.
Wait, are we live?
Yeah, we're live. We have been live. I promised to stream at 5:30.
Oh.
5:30.
Yeah, well, I was doing Challenge of the Elders I didn't even finish the last boss. I just made sure I got the last boss so I could put it in my weekly reset. Which, yes, I know I'm late. I
Yeah,
promise.
no, it's totally fine. I have no problems.
No, not for the live stream. I know I'm late for my my weekly reset for Destiny.
Oh, that.
Started next week. It will be done on Tuesdays. It's just look, holiday season counts until January. Okay, January 1st.
No. I totally get that. I mean, I don't watch those personally because I just don't care about Destiny anymore. But I mean, no, I totally watch them. Even though I don't enjoy the subject matter, I still like supporting a friend.
I appreciate that.
Totally.
Thank you.
Totally. That's totally what happens. But yeah, no, I was just so overall, Wednesday, I would recommend it. It's the modern day. There is some of that.
Whoa. What did you just call me?
What did I did nothing.
Yeah. So by the way, let me just go off topic for a moment.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Samuel, it arrived.
Yeah, I think he left. I think when he realized that it was just me, he bailed, ran away.
It's got buttons. See, this is why I like it. It's got buttons on the top. This thing was expensive.
How expensive?
$250.
Oh, I was expecting like a kidney and a soul.
I would have given a kidney and a soul for this thing. But you're waiting for PS5. Wait. What about Wednesday? Should I watch Wednesday?
I would recommend it personally if you've got Netflix. Don't buy Netflix just to watch it. Oh
hell no, definitely not.
I wouldn't even recommend going through it's a mesh show. I wouldn't recommend going through the effort to pirate it, but if you got Netflix and you don't really have anything else to watch, you might as well. I will say that if you're like Wednesday, at first I was like, oh, this is like a Mary Sue plot line, but that like her being so she's a really good fencer. She speaks like 6 different languages. She's an engineer. She's an architect. She's like all these different things.
How? I mean, not even Tiket is that smart.
Right. I don't know. They're trying to allude at like child prodigy. No. Before you come, it felt like, yes, there was that whole girl power thing, but it also felt like her primary motivation, her primary character trait is the fact that she does not want to get help from anyone. She wants to be solely independent. So the fact that
you can't learn that many skills. I mean, even a child. I mean,
she's also a freak. She's also a freak of nature. She's not a normal person. So,
I mean, yeah, I guess because like I said, even child prodigies like Tiket's English skills are like language skills are like literary, like reading and writing. I mean, he can read, but he can't write very well, and his economic skills are atrocious for someone who's in the corpus.
Yeah. So one thing, we back, bitches. Howdy, Samuel.
Wait, you back? You didn't see my controller then?
No, he means the stream, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so Mary Sue, I hate saying the word Mary Sue Garrison because she didn't feel like a Mary Sue because there was a point to her having the reality didn't change around her. It was established that she's not a normal person. She also didn't really spend time socializing with people. She spent most of her time bettering herself. So
but how old is she?
She's like 16, 17, I think. No, she turned 16 in the show. So, but also the fact that she is able to do all these things, it highlights a part of her character, in my opinion, being that she wants to only ever rely on herself. She doesn't want to rely on a person who can speak Latin and trust them because of her backstory is kind of, okay, that's stupid. It's very simple. The reason why she is the way she is kind of like, it's funny and depressing simultaneously, but it works.
I don't know. Part of me is kind of turned off by the whole. I don't like overpowered smart kids.
She doesn't really come off.
And the whole child prodigy arguments, like, yeah, if you really look into child, like, I was gonna post on Twitter a joke that at one point, so like one of the doctors, the doctor who initially trained Tiket is like, when he was 6 years old, I made the mistake of explaining reproduction to him. Remember, he's a kid. He spends a month running around saying boys have a. Can I say it? Boys have a penis.
I don't care.
He says he ran around. He spent a month running around saying boys have a penis and showing it off to all the girls and saying you don't have one. And he's like, I regretted doing that. So remember, he's a child.
Yeah. But so with Wednesday, it's not she doesn't come off as smarter than everyone around her. She comes off more like she's had more time to learn these skills. It's also not like she's speaking a language she invented or she's speaking Mandarin, Latin, like a dead Mayan language. She's speaking mostly European languages. They all have
how many languages can she speak?
She can read Latin, which I can kind of read Latin because I'm fluent in English. She can speak one of the Scandinavian languages. I don't remember which one. I think Swedish, and then she can also speak Italian. Like it's stretching disbelief. It's suspending disbelief, but it's fantasy. You can suspend your disbelief. And as I was saying, the fact that she has all these skills, it makes a level of sense. She relies on herself to do everything.
But again,
it reinforces how alone she is.
Again, if she's 16, 17, even if she's relying on herself, I mean, there's a limit to what you need to know to be by yourself. I don't know. I'm really, really, really picky about especially since I did research into child prodigies. And I find it, as I said, I was very, very picky with Tiket.
Right, but
because I knew it doesn't feel like they're trying to. No, she feels overpowered. If she feels.
I mean,
especially for a child prodigy. Again, I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I could be wrong. I am very picky with child prodigies.
Yeah. So, Rez, we're talking about Wednesday. Personally, I think it's not like The Northman, where I'm saying you need to watch it. It is one of the best things of 2022. But unlike our resident Eldritch Abomination, thank you, Samuel. Let's hope that bumps us up from 2 people to 3 people. Let's get those numbers boosted, stonks and all that. What was I saying? Unlike Samuel, who thinks it was horrible, I'm in between. If you have Netflix and you've got an hour or 2 to kill, watching an episode or 2 a day, it's not the end of the world. It's not the worst thing. Yeah, exactly. Like was it worth there was no hype behind it, but like it's not horrible. And I was just going into some of the things I liked about it, some of the things where I was like, okay, I was expecting this to be different, primarily Wednesday.
Wait, how does Samuel feel about her being overpowered? Like, does he agree? Does he agree with me or not on that?
Well, he thinks the overall show was horrible. I thought it was okay. Was there a lot of messaging in it? Yes. But yeah, it's not something that I'm writing home about and being like, yes. And it could also just be in comparison to The Rings of Power. That horrible new Witcher spinoff, The Witcher show itself.
Have you seen that?
Let me give context on so I didn't even know it was supposed to come out. My dad's in the living room and shouts, "Hey, Shadow!" Well, he didn't say Shadow because he would say my real name.
I thought Shadow was your real name.
No,
oh my God! My whole life, everything I thought I knew about you has just been completely shattered.
No, No, my
real
name.
I know what your real name is.
Yeah, no, my real name is failed abortion. Anyway. Anyway, no, Rez, I'm not more forgiving. It could also just be I needed something to watch, or I don't know. I'm not saying it was. I spent a decent couple nights. I think she's definitely too OP, but the biggest issue. Again, I've never consumed the original content, so maybe that's also part of the reason why I have it.
I like the original.
I've never seen them. I've seen a few clips of the original Addams Family movie for film class, but aside from that, I haven't seen anything. Her being OP, I think it depends on. I think it very much depends on the context, because yes, she's trained in fencing. She speaks a bunch of languages. She knows this. She knows that. But scaled to the she doesn't solo the big scary monster.
But
in a fight, she's having to run away from the big scary monster throughout the entire show. She doesn't instantly solve the problem. She doesn't out banter her professors and stuff. Like she doesn't feel. It could also just be she's not as bad as a Captain Marvel or as a Guy Ladriel. But personally, I viewed it as, if anyone's ever seen Clash of the Titans, Perseus, how he is the son of Zeus, and that makes him so much better than everyone else because he's part God, and
Yeah,
that plays into the narrative. I think that's why I'm a little bit more forgiving. It reinforces part of the narrative being that she is alone. It gives insight into her character of she never wanted to rely on anyone else, which is why she made herself super good.
Yeah, but I mean, you said she was an architect. What is she capable of?
She made like some guillotines, or she like converted for like killing dolls. She converted like a she made like apparently she had like a steam guillotine she knew how to fix, and then because she knew how to work a steam guillotine, she knew how to fix a coffee machine. I fucking know how to fix a coffee machine. She also knew Italian, so she could read the instructions of the coffee machine.
Wait, so she taught herself Italian, so
No,
she can learn.
There's a scene where she's speaking with her father, where like he was the one who taught her fencing,
Yeah,
and the reason why she's a good fencer is because her dad helped her. So they never explicitly
that
say
would make sense. No, the
Yeah.
sword fighting with her father, but you're saying she knows how to speak Italian because she wanted to fix a coffee machine.
No, she doesn't know how to speak Italian because she fixes a coffee machine. She reads instructions which are in Italian, and that's how you know she speaks Italian. Is there a little bit? Is it at the edge of suspending disbelief? Probably. Is it worse than other things that are out there? I think it's better. It is so much better than Galadriel because
Yeah, but Galadriel is even over, like ridiculously over OP.
Wednesday still needs help. Galadriel does everything herself. I mean, probably, definitely Rez actually.
I don't know. Like I said, it feels like most teenagers who, even if they want to rely on themselves, aren't going to be developing numerous skills like that.
Yeah. Well, again, that's the extent of. I mean, yeah, there's probably more that she knows. But again, she's not meant to be a normal. She is not a normal person either, and that's not like she's the hero of the story. Whatever the frick the Adams are capable of going to a school with werewolves and vampires and sire. Like there is something different about them. So maybe they're just better at developing skills or something. I don't know. But again, I don't know the original source material. So that might also be why I'm more tolerant of it.
Well, I don't know much about. I know the movies. I know that there was a show before the movies. My only other thing is how many skills does she have that she's better than, like she's on an adult level of skill?
So there was one, and this was her being a good archer, better than a member of the archery club. And that was when I'm like, okay, this is like it only came up once, and that was a moment where it's like she's better than everyone else. I did not like that part.
Wait, so why was she good at archery? How did she
it's never explained. That is a moment of girl power, but everything else, her knowing languages, that's not unreasonable.
The languages is not unreasonable. I'm
fencing,
just like,
she got from her father.
Yeah,
the
that makes
doll
sense.
thing, maybe she likes engineering, and then she's also writing. They never say how good her novels are, so she could be a horrible writer. So I'm not even like counting that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so the definition of Mary Sue, at least the one that I think is the most consistent, is a character where reality bends around them to make them better. For example, with Rey, literally everything a hyper trained Sith warrior loses to her in a fight. She's able to the Millennium Falcon happens to be there to save her. She happens to be a better mechanic than Han Solo. Like with Wednesday, it doesn't feel that way. Again, I don't know the original source material.
Okay.
I don't know if that would make sense about Italian.
I'm more picky about just in general child prodigies because people make child prodigies over the top. And like I said,
it didn't feel like they were trying to make her a child prodigy. It just came off like they needed her to have certain skills, and she had those certain skills. Which normally I would say is bad writing, but in this case, at least the way I interpreted it, it didn't come off as too bad. Yeah, exactly with this as well. If the Adams are a kind of thing where they just develop skills better than the average person, they soak up information better.
But it's also how the person uses the information. That's the other thing that's important. It's like I said, and it fits also the fact that like when I actually named him Elon, Ilon, Kano talks to Tezen. He says, "Yeah, I made the mistake of teaching a 6-year." He's like, he's studying medicine and working in the medical department. He's like, I taught him the basics. Like, he didn't even tell him where babies come from. He's just like, he's telling him the basic biology of reproduction. And he's like, but he's a 6-year-old. So his approach to grasping it is to run around and, be like, girls have a penis. Boys have a penis. Girls have a vagina. And to pull his pants down and show to all the girls. And like, because he's 6. So even if he has the knowledge, it's how do they approach their using it. There are times even as a 13-year-old where they have to monitor him carefully in the medical department because he's not mature enough to fully grasp everything. He's like, he
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and so again, it's the same thing with Wednesday. It's like, how does she approach that knowledge? Is she still a teenager?
Yeah, she's still a teenager, but it's not like, I don't know. We're going around in circles. If you've got Netflix, it's
I don't know. It
and nothing else to watch. I recommend it. If not, don't.
It's not my genre. No, he's saying that's what Wednesday is.
Yeah, and if you're a Warframe fanfic writer.
Yeah, but my stuff sucks. So.
Samuel, I know nothing about the Addams Family, and I also knew this. I also knew that this was the case. So, again, like, that was a change. That's a thing they did. That's a change they made. I never saw the original material. I thought it was relatively fine. They definitely could have just done strange people and just expanded it to being more of the, like, they didn't need to have them be werewolves, and like them being werewolves doesn't really come up. Them being vampires doesn't really come up. Them being sirens, they could have all just been like the Addams, just weird humans. And
I just don't like the fact that they made it Wednesday. Like, just make your own thing then.
Oh, they definitely could have made it their own thing as well. This is like the She-Ra show or Voltron Legendary Defender, where they want to use an existing name. But unlike those, this, I think, was somewhat bearable to watch, somewhat enjoyable. It was meh. It wasn't. I'm not going to write home about it. At a certain point, it just became a CGI fest towards the end with, like, the fights and stuff. Like, literally, there's a moment where I'm just like Deadpool going, CGI battle, CGI battle, CGI battle, as two CGI monsters just fight each other.
It also doesn't strike me as my genre anyway. It feels like something.
There's also that you prefer stuff like the Doom movie where it's just everyone getting shot.
No, not everyone has to get shot.
Just everyone.
No. Doom guy doesn't have to get shot. Plus, I like some stuff. I like the Lord of the Rings, not the Rings of Power, but the Lord of the Rings.
So I finally got the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the Silmarillion, actually. And
books?
The books. I'm gonna get around to reading them, but I'm currently reading the first Witcher book. I've also picked up Grimm's Fairy Tales and The Art of War, as well as a book I recently discovered that I know nothing about called Kings of the Wild, spelled with a Y. And it's basically the vibe I get from the summary is a bunch of old mercenaries long past their prime getting dragged into one last job before retirement. So it's like a mixing of fantasy, like dark fantasy, and a heist movie is the vibe I got from the summary. Howdy, Zenny. Rez, I've heard decent things about Andor, primarily from Arch Warhammer, or Arc. No, it's Arch. And the one thing I've heard primarily is that Andor, the show Andor would have done better without Andor. And even if it was a good show, I don't have access to Disney Plus anymore. My family canceled that. So I'm not watching it even if it was good. And even then, this show could be good. The next show could be shit. And then the next, and then the next. And then they make another. Like, I'm just fucking done with Star Wars. The only Star Wars content I'll consume is the older books that are universally hailed, like the Thrawn Ascendancy trilogy, which I could have gotten that at the bookstore when I went there, but I had already gotten a fuck ton of Goblin Slayer books, and I'd already bought a ton of stuff. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard it's
Oh
basically
my god, I
it
couldn't
is
finish it.
basically the Bible is what I've heard. And I'm also reading the Bible as well. So that's a lot of content I need to read. Yeah, the primary complaints I've heard is just the Cassian Andor stuff just feels like a side story. Like, from what I've heard, the first episode is like, and spoilers for a show that's been out for a bit and probably been spoiled to everyone. Like the first episode is like, I need to find my sister, and then that sister's never brought up again. And he's in like
you mean like Fallout 4?
No, Fallout 4, you consistently are looking for your son the entire time. It's just the conclusion is kind of meh, in my opinion. Or like, okay, we're gonna attack this Imperial base that holds the primary. That's basically like a federal reserve that's guarded by like 6 mall cops and a droid. Huh. That's interesting. I hope Zenny is still here to share some light on that. Dude called the Bible content. I mean, it effectively is. It like also one thing I will say about the Bible is I would like them to make a reprint that just cuts out the lengthy paragraphs of son of son of son. Like that's basically just Abraham sired X and then X sired Y and then Y sired Z, and it's just like, why do I need to know this? Like half of these names don't even come up again. Why are you bringing these people up? Just skip.
I don't know, it reminds me of like it kind of reminds me. It makes sense given the Middle East though. Since a lot of it takes no, because like for example, my middle name is my father's name. Now, if I were living in Egypt, my middle name would be like 5 generations of father before that.
Rez, I'm confused. Yeah, damn, Zenny is everywhere. Wait, which Ryan Legion Games. For some reason I was thinking you meant Ryan Kinnell. My brain, I was thinking of the more famous of the 2 Ryans. Yeah, no, Rez, who's the heathen? Because Samuel is a heathen pagan, and like, what do you mean? Why do I hear boss music, and why do I see tentacles coming from everywhere that I've called Samuel a heathen? I'm scared.
Oh, wait, Samuel went back. Well, wait, just let me, I just realized, let me just finish. I'm uploading a solo Challenge of the Elders run.
Yeah, no worries. Absolutely,
but I need to put in the details. I haven't played Destiny 2 in like 3 weeks.
Oh wait, like Ryan Kinnell?
Ryan Kinnell.
Wait, what the fuck? Holy shit! Zenny's in the big leagues.
I haven't spoken to him in a while. I miss him. He's kind of cool. I like Ryan Kinnell. And
I stopped. Like he was honestly the best part of the Geeks and Gamers D&D stuff. Like I tried watching their Frostmaiden stuff. Was not like none of the like they were all playing. And yes, I am guilty of playing edgelord type characters. I'm full like that selfish asshole edgelord like characters. But you can't have a party of only asshole edgelord characters.
You know, this is really odd. How is it that I go from December 2nd, almost 2,000 views on a Xur location video, to last Friday having 182? Something seems off.
Wait, what? Sorry, I'm just looking at Samuel's comment. Probably.
My Xur location videos for Destiny 1 went from 1,741 on December 2nd.
Yeah.
To 182 last week.
Well, not many people are playing Destiny anymore.
No, but I mean, most of the time I have almost 2,000 views on these videos, and then every now and then you'll get like 100. It's like,
maybe Elon bought Twitter and he got rid of all the bots. Rez, no comment.
Yeah.
So after that Wednesday talk, another thing that I haven't really given my opinion on, well, aside from arguing that anyone who thinks Rhaenyra is a better person to Alicent is mentally challenged. Let's go with that word. House of the Dragon.
I don't know anything about House of the Dragon.
Controversial opinion. House of the Dragon was mid. It was very meh. Better than Wednesday. Meh. Very meh. The beginning, I loved the beginning. The middle and end, very, very, very just so much nonsensical stuff towards the end that was bad. And it could also just be the fact that everyone seems to like Rhaenyra over Alicent, but that just reinforces my like opinion. Like, because there are some really stupid moments. Like, spoilers for it. It's a show that's been out for a couple of weeks, so I imagine no one will mind this. Kat, do you mind if I talk about it?
No, I don't know anything about it, so I'm just...
Yeah, like, for example, you have Rhaenys, the queen who never was, gets on a dragon, kills thousands of innocent civilians, just kills thousands of innocent civilians, has the kill shot lined up to end the war before it even begins, to save the lives of tens of thousands, and she doesn't take the fucking shot. And then she flies out, and then she just flies away. She could have ended the war before it even began. And I'm like, okay, maybe she's going to argue for neutrality. Maybe they're changing that from the book. No, she ends up pushing her husband to go to war for Rhaenyra. Why didn't you take the fucking kill shot? I don't know. Maybe it was just overhyped. Like, everyone was like, oh, it's the best thing ever. It's amazing. It's amazing. And then I watch it and it's like, this, like, don't get me wrong. I love the Daemon stuff. Daemon is a freaking boss. I love the Aemon stuff. Aemon is a freaking boss. Viserys is a fucking boss. Alicent is a fucking boss. Rhaenyra, up to a certain point, is a fucking boss. And I don't necessarily dislike the fact. I'm not. I don't think Kat is, unless she's got something to talk about.
No, I don't know anything about.
I don't know, Rez. Again, I've got a ton of stuff on my reading list that I need to do, but it's just like it's so mid. Like the beginning was so good. I loved all of it, and like the war against the crab feeder and the stepstones, so good. A little bit of like the political intrigue. Basically, anytime Daemon is on screen, Matt Smith deserved Actor of the Year and just a ton of other awards. The guy did amazing, in my opinion. And the way the show ends, also really good. But just, there are certain things in like the middle where I'm just like, meh. And it could also, again, be the fact that everyone seems to take Rhaenyra's side over Alicent's. And at least from my perspective, Alicent did like 2 or 3 bad things, and all of them were for her family, while Rhaenyra only does bad things and she does it for herself. Yeah, apparently for human trafficking charges, Zenny. I don't know. I just know. All I know about Andrew Tate is he lives in Poland. He's biracial, and he's got a banger for a theme song, and that's about it. And I genuinely don't give a fuck about the guy enough to really care. Crab people what? Look like people is really crab. Against the crab feeder. I thought I said feeder. But yeah, no, that was really, really dope. Do I wish we had a few more epic battles, maybe a naval battle mixed in? Yeah, I kind of do, but I also get budgets and stuff. The crab feeder design, he looked awesome. And also, I just got to say, another thing I love about the show is Daemon is a very, very well-written character. I cannot argue that he is not. He is one of the best written characters we've had in fantasy in a while, because his motivations are simple. All he wants to do is kill shit. And if you disagree with me on that, notice how he reacts to people, what his decisions are, everything he does is to start a fight, and it is beautiful, in my opinion. Kat, you got anything you want to talk about?
No, I was just looking and I was scrolling through Twitter, and let's just say Chris Cuomo.
The CNN one, right?
Yeah. That's interesting of him. He just did something that I would never have expected. We probably don't want to bring it up in the chat, the live stream, but it's just, wow. I don't know. I don't know anything about House of the Dragon, honestly.
Yeah, I'll make sure to give this a read after the stream.
That's impressive for Chris Cuomo. I sent it to Samuel.
Whenever I think Cuomo, I think Governor Cuomo.
Oh, yeah, well, Chris Cuomo wasn't exactly the paragon of human behavior. Or a good guy per se, but this surprised me. I'm very surprised and very impressed. Which I don't know. As I said, I'm not interested in House of the Dragon. What little of it I saw, I'm like, it's not for me.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather play video games, and I'm more into documentaries and nonfiction.
Totally fair.
Did you see the title of it, Samuel? I'm surprised. But I don't know. I'm just not really into it. What little I saw of it during
Friday night
Royal Rumble, yeah. Wait, are you on Twitter, Rez? Just look up Daily Wire and Chris Cuomo.
Yeah.
It was probably
this is old news. This is 13 days old.
Yeah, I haven't even seen it before because no one's going to be talking about it. I mean, first of all, it's the Daily Wire, which I didn't even get an alert for this article. I usually get alerts for the Daily Wire. Rez, just Google Daily Wire. It's like December 16th or something, and Chris Cuomo. And like first national news coverage, and it will surprise you. Not exactly the person I expected to cover this. I don't know. It seems like I'm not into political intrigue.
Sorry, I'll let you finish. That's the thing I got to work on.
No, it's the same. I something I got to work on too. Which one of the things that helps is actually playing video games. I'm not into political intrigue. I'm not into, I don't know, fiction. I used to be really big into fiction. Now, honestly, I'm more into documentaries, nonfiction.
That's fair.
Given
the shit show that modern fiction has become, I understand that. I will say, House of the Dragon, at least from my perspective, it's not really a political drama. It's a family drama that just happens to have knights and swords and dragons. Like, pretty much every major player in the first season, the next couple of seasons are getting into the actual war, so maybe.
I hate political intrigue. It's just so boring.
There's not really. It's basically like the king's father-in-law is trying to like buddy up so he gets most of the inheritance, and then the king's daughter is trying to be like, oh, I'm your golden girl, daddy, let me sleep around and let me be queen, even though I had never sired a legitimate child. Ignore the claims of your sons, who, aside from one of them being a rapist, your wife has been good. Like, it's a family drama that's got the issues of medieval nobility,
which to me is ridiculous. It's ridiculously boring, honestly. Even Wednesday, for me, I'm more interested in, if she's a child prodigy, actually, yeah, I heard about that. And
I have not. I don't use TikTok, and I'm scared now.
Apparently a bunch of there was this trans woman who made a TikTok going on about how she was having menstrual cramps. Right, sure. Yeah, you don't understand how that works. It's insulting to women. I've had to work. I get cramps during that time, and it's not pleasant. And I've worked through it. I don't call out, but it's not fun. And to have some pathetic little whiny ass loser going on about no. Honestly, I joked that it was his balls shriveling up.
Yeah. Again, I don't know anything about this.
It literally is some guy, trans woman, who's got one of those heating pads. He's putting it on his abdomen, going on about how he has menstrual cramps. Oh, you didn't hear the other one, Samuel. I'll send it. They're putting frozen ketchup or tomato sauce into their to make it look like they have.
No. You would have one big period, and then you would cease to exist.
No, actually, that explains why they're doing it. Apparently, they are freezing. Like I saw a picture of it where it looks like strips of frozen like sauce or ketchup. And then they're probably sticking it up the inside of that hole in their body and pretending they have periods. Good for you.
Or that freak Dylan Mulvaney who's running around with like tampons.
Oh well, he hasn't even had bottom surgery.
Yeah, no, like the bastard is just wearing girls' clothing.
This is why I've said this before. 99% of these people aren't real. They act like these stereotypes. And someone pointed out on Twitter, they said, you notice how none of these people are doing the actual hard work that women do, like arranging birthday parties, taking care of kids, shopping. They're all about the stereotypical female, which is the makeup, the dresses, the high heels, which my understanding is most women don't like to wear high heels. They wear them. Yes. They don't. It's the same with, honestly, I think most of the women who want to be guys are like soy boys. They don't even understand what a real man is like. They haven't even worked with real men. I don't want to be mean, but that's why I think every now and then you'll find someone who's genuine, who, that's why I'm saying 99% aren't real. 99%.
Even then, I'm at the point where I don't really want to be genuine. Like, I will respect you up to a point because I'm not an asshole, but give an inch, take a mile, and all that shit. Like, even if you dress up like a woman, you're not a fucking woman.
And that's why I say no, but that's why I'm saying the genuine trans people, the very small percentage, which is like 1 in 10,000, know that. They know that even if there's this one I found on Twitter who's like, I'm a woman who's living as a man and has had all the medical stuff done, but acknowledges I'm a woman living as a man. They know because these are genuine. These are the handful of people who are genuine. Yep. But then you have the idiots who do it and want to be affirmed by the people around them. It's like, you don't need to be affirmed. You don't need for people to confirm you. If you are genuinely in this situation, you're just going to live your life, and you're going to have a backbone to be able to accept people like Blair White.
Samuel, why are you staring at a person's hands? I was working on some memes to like steal Samuel's shtick of like putting memes up on the screen, and I've got one of Samuel, and I was trying to find a decent caption. I think that's a good caption. It's the hands that put me off.
No, I have an actual theory that I was actually going to post on Twitter, and that is they're trying to live out their slash fanfic. That fanfic
I think it depends on the person. You've got some people, at least, like if it's someone from my generation, I think it's, speaking as someone who's going through the period between 14 and 25, where your body is a mix of hormones and you're going through society trying to understand what you are, you freak out, you're scared, you don't really know what the fuck is going on, and at times you don't even know if you know yourself. And then if you have people telling you that those feelings can be solved by doing all this shit, you're going to believe them. That's going to happen. If it's doctors and celebrities,
that's true.
You're going to believe them. And then you've got people like the fucker that's worked for Biden, the nuclear waste specialist, is just a fucking sex freak that is using
a lot of them are that. And I think with that guy, it's definitely that, because he gets off on stealing women's clothing and wearing clothing that was worn by other women. He makes enough money to buy his own women's clothing, but for some reason, he repeatedly steals other women's clothing. That means he's getting off on it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's something that
Samuel. So Dylan Mulvaney, I'm guessing, meets the check, because there ain't anything manly about that dude.
There's nothing womanly about that dude either.
Exactly.
No, the reason I say a lot of them are living out their slash fanfic is there's several of people. I've heard several stories of people who they were into anime and they think they're like a gay whatever. It's like, no, you know, a lot of it, several of the stories of what I see of these people are they remind me of idealized fanfic writers, because as someone who used to read through Star Trek, I would get by mistake, they would not mark everything, and I would find myself by mistake reading a Kirk Spock thing, and I'm like, dear God, why is this a thing? That's why I actually researched it. I don't know. As I said, as I said, my view is there are genuine people. There are a handful of people who are genuine, who, you know, who are actually really, and who it's not fun, do not want it to inflict it on others. And then you have the people who, you know, are, like you said, confused children who don't understand.
Hey man, you didn't say anything about male genitals. You were talking about tentacles.
I don't know.
I was assuming you were talking about your Davy Jones ripoff part, not your other parts.
I don't know. But then I'll say this: if you don't have a single FPS games on your list of favorite video games, what's wrong? No.
I mean, I like Destiny, maybe, but really the only it's not even a first person game; it's a third person game. But like the only one of those I really enjoy is For Honor. That's not saying I don't like violence. Total War Warhammer is one of the games I enjoy most, and if we're talking games where violence, the kill counts in that game get really fucking high, higher than you could ever get in COD.
Yeah. Okay. No. No, Rez, the funny thing is they put that they keep talking about those people, and that is an even smaller percentage of the population.
Yeah, and it's not even comparable to transgenderism. Transgenderism is like, if you look at, and this is going off Stephen Crowder, I've never read any of the stuff from Money or those fucking French freaks, but transgenderism is all about your it's all about your psychology, whereas intersex is a biological identifiable trait where you were a person who has predominantly male sexual characteristics has something like enlarged breasts or a micro penis, and then a woman or someone who has predominantly feminine traits has something like an enlarged clitoris or a significantly smaller chest or things like that. But even then, those aren't necessarily signs of you being intersex, because I mean, like, look at a dad bod. Would you say that someone with a dad bod is intersex? No, it's just someone with too much weight. Would you say a woman with a flat chest is intersex? No, they just have a flat chest. So it's a very niche, very specific thing.
Then, which is why I don't understand why they put I.
Dude, yes, you look like Davy Jones, Samuel. I'm sorry.
I'm
about to die tonight. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah. Which is why I don't understand why they put I, because that's a medical condition that's resulted from genetics. It is a psychological thing. It is where the mind just does not, has an issue with their own body image. And the thing is, one of the things that I have learned is that when you are vulnerable, you can accept a lot. And for example, the example I often use is World War II. A lot of the people in Germany who felt, to the siren song of a certain World War II leader, Germany
Stalin?
was in a horrible,
Stalin?
No.
Lenin?
He has a very distinctive mustache.
Churchill.
I think they all
Eisenhower.
I keep guessing.
Mao. Hirohito.
I think everybody else in the chat has figured it out.
Probably.
One of the things, though, is that when the situation in Germany was desperate, the inflation was out of control, the economy was a mess, people were desperate. And so people are willing to do and listen to things and do things that they will then later look back on and go in horror.
His kids?
Because their minds were...
How are these kids responsible for Germany in World War II? I don't get it. Yes, I am aware. I accidentally in high school, because I was horrible at explaining my point, had a kind of yee moment in my history class. I had to click. I was specifically talking about policies pre the fucked up shit, and my high school class was full of idiots. Some of whom even Hitler saluted the American flag during the national anthem. I fucking hate public education.
Oh, I agree. It is messed up, and
no, not the public education system. The people in it. Like, there are some human beings who would probably be better if we brought manufacturing back to the States.
Oh, true.
I'm probably one of them as well. So just to avoid sounding bigoted. Anyway,
I don't know.
But yeah, no, people are willing to do drastic things if they feel like drastic things are called upon.
And not just that, like if you're vulnerable, like I gave the example, I can't go into details, but I was vulnerable at a point and people took advantage of me. And now I look back and I'm like, what was I thinking? It's like, because when you're vulnerable, you'll do things and that's why it's like with kids and teenagers going through puberty. They, like you said, they'll be willing. They add the fact, as I said, I'm reading the book Irreversible Damage, and the first chapter, which I'm reading right now, is really eye-opening and like shocking on the state of your generation and how your lives are like. Like when I said this before, when I was a kid, you know, you'd come home from school. First off, you played on the playground with other kids. You didn't just sit in a corner with a cell phone because no one had them. Right? No, you hung out with other kids. You were in class all day. If you couldn't go to school, you just couldn't go to school. We didn't even have air conditioning in the classrooms. If it was hot, they would open the windows, turn off the lights, and maybe let you play 7-Up. After school, if you weren't doing homework, like I had Girl Scouts, used to hang out with other girls. You'd go outside and play. You'd socialize with other kids because the only way you could socialize with other kids was there was no internet.
Yeah. For my generation, at least up until I got into high school, that was most of my experience. Now, middle school, we had lunch. We didn't really have recess, but that could have also just been my middle school was weird because so I had 6th grade in one middle school, 7th and 8th grade in a different one. My 7th and 8th grade, you didn't have recess, but my 6th grade middle school, you did. So I don't know how things were there, but I also don't know. I've heard some claims that elementary schools have phased out recess, but I also can't imagine.
That sucks.
I can't imagine any teacher who would agree with that.
No, because you want the kids to go outside and play, because
they want a 30-minute break from those annoying, lovely individuals.
No, but now the kids are probably sitting in their lunch and at recess in front of their phones, going through their phones. And then when they get home from school, what do? The only friends they have, the only socializing they do is on the internet. How do you get what matters on the internet? Clicks and likes and retweets and other people noticing. Well, how do you get that attention? Because it's not easy to get noticed on the internet, right? Do crazy, wild, ridiculous stuff. And so each time they go further and further and further off the deep end. Yeah. And that's why I say.
Granted, the internet connections aren't like, yes, you do need parental management to watch over this stuff,
but they're not.
Someone with for example, you can interact with people from across the states or across the world. Like I growing up, I was not an easy kid to be around, especially in middle school and early high school. I mean, I basically am a more mature version of myself than when I was then. And everyone here can probably guess that, oh no, a young shadow is a horrific thing to be around. I didn't really use internet games. I didn't really communicate with people on the internet as much, but I imagine I would have been able to find a group of people that I click with better than I would have in person because there's a wider range of people to communicate with. But I can also see the problem of if I had gotten my hands on TikTok, what kind of freak out have ended up. Now, granted, I've got a pair of parents who I say a pair of parents. I got a mom and dad, not two sets of parents. Got to watch my language. Got to use the English language correctly. That if I was doing anything stupid from TikTok, they'd probably bring back spankings. Maybe even introduce the belt. And I would not fault them because some of the kids on TikTok need it.
Well, on top of that, again, they are lonely, so they want to fit in, so they fall into groups that do crazy stuff. And each one of them acknowledges each other. Because I just listened to, yesterday, I think it was a video by the podcast of the Lotus Eaters about a mother who basically went nuclear when she saw what was happening to her 13-year-old daughter. And she's like, my daughter had fake social media accounts to trick me. And she finally learned the truth. And she's like, they were sending her graphic images. And she's like, the woman is amazing. She's like, she changed her daughter's cell phone number, cut off all her contacts, cut off her internet, then contacted the police about the porn, and just basically went like total nuclear and would not let people like, but it's like what this kid was doing on the internet. It's like, you want to be accepted, so you go online, you find different groups, and everything nowadays is all about identity. And what the hell is neurodivergent? Half of these people probably aren't neurodivergent, just makes them look cool.
Most of these people probably wouldn't be able to define neurodivergent, being as someone who knows the root words neuro being brain and divergent being different, differently minded. That describes humanity. To quote Mass Effect, if you have 2 humans in a room, you will have 6 different opinions being fought over. If neurodivergent means differently minded, literally every single human on the fucking planet is neurodivergent because we all think differently.
Yeah.
So fuck that term. That term is bullshit.
But it's really sad to realize just how bad your generation has it. Because like during the COOF and lockups, right? Which I still think furlough Phil Murphy. I'm not exactly the most social. I mean, when I was in high school, my lunch break consisted of me sitting on the heating vent, eating my lunch and reading Star Trek novels. I was not exactly the most social of people.
Same. If I didn't have swim team or work, I probably wouldn't have had any social interactions during high school.
But on top of that, though, I'll say this: when I was forced to, when I was furloughed from my present job, and again, F you, Phil Murphy, I hope you burn in the depths of hell.
In Minecraft.
Yes.
So good. So you're going to the Nether or Brazil. You pick. You can go to the Nether or you can go to Brazil.
But I got another job. I got an essential job because I wasn't going to stay at home. I don't give a damn. So I got an essential job. My essential job was stocking shelves at night. Everyone worked by themselves. It was everyone to themselves. You know, it was boring as hell. You had almost no social. Even when you sat down for that half hour to eat your lunch, well, basically dinner, I guess, no one spoke to each other. So it's, I mean, at my job right now, everyone socializes. Even when you're running around working, you're still talking to people. Then I would go home exhausted, like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning after working since 10 o'clock at night. And I would try to sleep. And by the time I managed to get to sleep or get any sleep, because it was always half of sleep, it would be almost time to get back to work again. And it was like, I was so depressed on a level that I had not experienced in a very long time, to the point where I was on the verge of self-harm. It was the only thing that kept me going was the fact that because of my religion, it was unbearable hell. And I am not a social person. So I cannot imagine what it must be like to be a kid who their lunch is sitting in front of their phone, playing Fortnite or tweeting on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, watching TikTok and more Instagram, trying to get noticed on Instagram, feeling ridiculously lonely. Then, oh, look, there's a group of people who are accepting me. If I want to be a part of this group, I need to call myself fish self. Come home from school, and instead of socially interacting, my mother's not home because my mother's working. My father's not home because my father's working. And what am I doing? Sitting in front of a goddamn computer doing homework. And when I'm done with my homework, if I even have homework, because from what I can tell, these kids have the vocabulary half their level, I'm on the Insta again, video games, more likely Twitter, TikTok, Tumblr, and all that other garbage. These kids have miserable lives. It's like, yeah, you need to get these phones away from these kids, interact with your kids, and you know what? This is going to be controversial. Mothers should stay home with their kids.
Yeah. So on some of that, a lot of those issues are just parents not being around to parent. Like, a kid spending time on Fortnite isn't bad if you've got a parent to rein things in. A kid being on Twitter, okay, kids shouldn't be on Twitter. They shouldn't be on Reddit. Discord with heavy parental supervision, in my opinion. TikTok, no. YouTube, like, there should be parental supervision. There should be parents make decisions. However, I have recently it was either Lauren Chen or Brett Cooper from the comments section they one of those two really made a video where they were talking about how there's a trend with people not my age but a little bit older than me, like early 20s basically, where you have stay-at-home girlfriends. So you have basically a dude is going out and doing a lot of the work. Maybe the girl has a part-time job, or maybe she's got like a stay-at-home job that doesn't require too much work or something like that, and is basically playing homemaker. So it seems like my generation is starting to try to return to that. I don't know how common this trend is. Gotcha, Samuel.
Okay,
I don't really know how common that trend is in my generation, but it looks like people have picked up on elements of that and are trying to correct themselves.
I mean, the best way to put, I don't agree. So one of the things is when I refer to my mother, I refer to my stepmother because she raised me since I was like 13. She's been there when like my biological mother was not there. So I consider her like a mother to me. I'm not one of those people who blood is always necessary. So when I usually refer to my mother, I refer to my stepmother. When I was very young, my parents divorced. Now my dad Islam allows divorce, but my father worked really hard to save the marriage. It did not work out. But I was like very young when they divorced. I was like 7 or 8. But before that, my mom was home. My mom, I have very, very few memories, but I remember that she took the time to be with us. She, she was a mother. Until things went sour, she was home with us, interacting with us, playing with us, doing things with us. And then my dad remarried. And look, she started working at like, I can see the difference between my childhood and my half brothers, who, when she started working at the library, yeah, I get it. It was when they were at school. Everyone's like, oh, mothers can work while their kids are at school. No. You want to know why? Because there's things you need to do while they're at school so that when they come home from school, you are free. Making dinner, having a nice dinner. I remember as a very young kid having, being told to have to drink milk and sitting and having dinner with my mom and my dad. Cleaning the house, just preparing things. So when the kids get home, you can devote your attention to them.
Yeah.
These kids these days do not know how to be parents and do not understand the full responsibility of kids because most of them are kids themselves because they weren't raised right.
Oh, absolutely. I also think, and I can imagine this part is definitely going to be really, 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 really hard to do. You shouldn't even send your kids to school anymore.
Oh, at this point, I agree.
Like, not even private schools, because even those are compromised.
Yeah, I agree.
Granted, that means your kids aren't going to be learning history. They're not going to be learning mathematics, but to some extent, unless they require, like, why does
homeschool them? You can join homeschool pods. You can teach them history.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I don't know much about homeschooling, but I could also see a problem where like that shifts. It like they shift from public schools to trying to take over the homeschooling and stuff like that, like the homeschooling sites. I don't know, but yeah, you could. Let's say you do homeschooling as well. I mean, actually, considering most of my high school teachers, which I didn't have a single bad high school teacher. If any of you somehow find this stream, you're all amazing. You probably recognize my voice. I talked way too much. I apologize. Half of them were coaches, soccer coaches, football coaches, tennis coaches, baseball coaches. One of those. So yeah, actually a parent could use a homeschooling thing and probably teach as well, which again, that's not to knock
sports. No, but sports, you can do the town sports. I mean, my brothers, until my brother went into high school.
Oh, I'm not talking about sports.
Oh, well, no.
What I mean is, so to be at the school I went to be a coach there, you also needed to be a teacher. So if you wanted to just be the football coach, you also needed to teach a course. My swim teacher was also apparently a economics teacher one semester and then a business teacher a couple of other semesters. Like my freaking one of my coworkers was like, wait, oh, you had her classes too? Was surprised to learn that I was a swimmer. Because I'm a fat bastard.
So, I mean, the funny thing is, it's one of the things that I do not agree with my mother about. I do not think mothers should work. And people are like, oh, well, no, I at one point, I was the opposite. I was very much into the, then as I began to see the differences and to realize I've changed my mind, I think.
Yeah, well, again, Samuel, like I mentioned, with that video Lauren Chen brought up, it seems like there is a trend of girlfriends staying home. I could easily see that transitioning to wives staying home, yeah, they would need to be educated. They would need to have a basic level of education. They'd need to be able to understand some of these basic concepts. It's possible. It's not going to be easy. We're definitely going to go through a period where America goes from first world to second world for a bit, but there is definitely the possibility of that issue being fixed, especially if you've got people like, especially since the people who are actually having kids are the sane people and the crazy people are the ones screaming, you can't have kids because kids destroy the environment, but let's let families who have 20 kids into this country and give them all free cars. Make me money! That was my Mickey Mouse impression. I don't know why I went into that. Yeah.
I really feel bad for your generation. I think, like I said, that first chapter made me go, oh my God, that's a miserable existence for kids. And it's so sad because if me, someone who generally my way of dealing with these is to come home, and just like, I think just keep to myself. I'm not very social, but at the same time, if even I felt it to the point where I was horribly depressed, then most people who aren't I'm an introvert, so it's difficult for me to be on my own. But no, it goes against human nature, and what's happening is really, really horrible and really, really sad. And though I'm hopeful TikTok gets banned. TikTok getting banned would be really, really good. No, you know what? All right. You know what? I was watching a YouTube video. So wait. So I was watching a YouTube video. I don't even remember what it was about, but the person threw out a comment, and it wasn't meant to be taken seriously or anything, where he's like, it's a sort of Disney hack and slash. And I'm like, you know what? A Disney Souls game would be actually pretty cool. Now, hear me out. I'm not talking Kingdom Hearts, all right? I've played Kingdom Hearts. The problem with Kingdom Hearts is the only bad guys in Kingdom Hearts were the bad guys from the Disney movies. Can you imagine a Souls-like Disney game where you are hacking and slashing at Mickey Mouse?
They would never do that because Mickey Mouse is their main character, but I personally would absolutely love to cut my way through and brutally kill Rey Palpatine.
Yes.
She's the villain of that series, right?
Oh, she could be a villain. Like I said, it could be whoever we want. So no, I like that idea very, very much.
Actually, or make it like a Fallout game, but with one of the mods where you can kill kids and just.
No. I want
one of those like newer ones, like freaking Brave New World or whatever Strange World or what's it called?
How's that movie going for you, Disney?
Not good. I mean, like the premise sounds interesting, and some of the creature designs, like it genuinely, I think it looks. Like originally, it was like something I was going to watch, and then I completely forgot about it. Like I seem to be the only person who actually got ads for that movie because
I got ads for it.
It was the only advertisements I got for like 2 weeks. I knew this movie was coming, and I was interested. I genuinely was like, hey, this might be a decent Disney movie. I forgot about it. I was reminded about it by Friday Night Royal Rumble talking about it. Or no, sorry, not Royal Rumble. It was Lauren Chen's video on Mediaholic talking about it. And I'm like, oh, how do you fuck this up so bad? They did it.
It's Disney.
Yeah. Speaking of Disney, let's shift over to something a little bit more happy-go-lucky than politics and the modern state of society. Let's talk about Cyberpunk, which is depressing.
Wait, Cyberpunk 2077?
I finally got around to playing it.
Oh, I haven't played it yet.
I enjoyed it. There is story and talking, but Kat, there's a skip button, which you would like, and the violence is exceptionally good.
Nah, it can't be better than Doom.
I didn't say it was better than Doom. I just said it was
nothing is better than Doom.
Violent. But yeah, no. Overall, my opinions on Cyberpunk is there were holes. There was enough holes that it was a Swiss cheese of a game. There's so much cut content, and you can just tell there's a ton of cut content. But even with like the cut content, like even without the cut content, there's still a ton of stuff to do. I didn't like the driving that much, but if I did, there's drag racing. There's like a bunch of quests involving driving a car. There's if you
can
like,
you run people over in the car?
Yes, it's like GTA.
I don't know. The thing is,
my one complaint with the
like
game
an
is there was a protest of some kind, and I walked up to it, and let me just say, it's like trying to kill a kid in Fallout.
Oh, I'm installing it on my Steam Deck.
On. Let's code vein. I'm scared.
I'm installing it on my Steam Deck right now. Because I must have gotten it a while ago on sale. Oh
wait, is this the freaking thing with? No, that's Nier Automata. What I'm thinking of. I have no.
Yeah, I played that. That's good actually. I haven't finished it yet. I like Wolfenstein.
Zenny, it might be related to your demographic, primarily the ones that are horrible at driving.
I'm not horrible at driving. When I run someone over in GTA 5, I meant to run them over.
I mean, in real life, there's a very specific demographic that if they didn't exist, the roads would be safer. And Chris Rock would not have been slapped by Will Smith.
I'm missing something, aren't I?
I need to get my gifts hooked up. I need to get some gifts hooked up. But no, women.
Okay.
Hold on.
Women also have terrible taste in video games. You didn't see my tweet on Twitter, of course, where it pointed out that 93% of people who play first-person shooters are guys and only 7% are women, which proves to me women have terrible taste in video games. If you don't like shooters or anything with guns...
I need to bully Cat. Total Warhammer 3 technically has guns. When it goes on sale again, I need to bully Cat into playing a strategy game.
No, I do not play real-time strategy games. They are boring.
No comment, Zenny. Look, okay, Kat, Kat, would you describe yourself as an intelligent person?
Yes.
Intelligent people like management.
No, I like to shoot stuff. If I'm playing a video game, I want to shoot stuff. That's it. I want to kill as many things as possible. Okay? Good.
Women.
Hey, I agree. You know what? All right. So you know what Dyson sells? All right. I've seen this. Okay. Dyson makes this $400 hair dryer. They also have this like $550 hair styler. It has like curlers and straighteners and whatever the hell else. It costs like $500, right? And people joke that it's the woman's PlayStation 5. I'm like, if you're dumb enough to spend $500 on a hair thingy, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'd rather have the PlayStation 5.
That's totally a stupid way to spend your money. Sweats in the amount of money I've spent on Warhammer.
Yeah, but Warhammer's cool. Why would I need a $400 hair dryer? I'd rather have a
maybe it's got some decent features or something. Also,
it's
maybe it's got
hair dryer. All you have to do is walk out and your hair will naturally dry. I take a shower every morning before I go to work.
Look, Kat, not everyone has the luxury of being able to wear a covering.
No. You don't need to wear a covering. You just like tie your hair or straighten it or comb it and walk outside with it wet. It will dry. I'm wearing this thing, so my hair is less. It's going to take longer to dry, right? Right now, my hair is completely dry and it was wet.
Do you mean for Wolfenstein? Yeah, I wouldn't know how to help you with that, Zenny.
Look, I'd rather get this.
Yeah, I think that's a frivolous purchase, personally. I go for the cheapest controller I need.
No, I need my Razer controllers. I debated with myself.
I go for something cheap. I know it's probably going to break.
No, well, with me, this one I've been using for at least 2 years. I use Razer control. I debated it because I'm like, this was expensive. I'm like, but then I'm like, I'm going to get more than the money more value out of this than the cost I'm going to spend. Oh, don't you dare say that! Look what it's got. Look, Samuel, it's got 4 buttons in the back.
Samuel, listen, Cat's overlord Jeff Bezos graciously gave her a tuppence to purchase that controller with. All right, like, come on, man. Show some respect.
No, and one of the things I like about this is most of the game controllers with back buttons don't have these. I love these buttons. They also have a nice click to them. All right.
I absolutely hate those clicking noises. They
I love
bother
them.
me. They bother me so fucking
But
much.
what's nice is I always program one of these as L3 because I don't understand how you can sprint while pushing down on your thumbstick. So
I have no problems with that. I try to change controls, and then for example in Cyberpunk, the way you throw grenades is you press down on the scroll wheel, but to switch weapons you slide on the scroll wheel. So I tried to switch it to a different button. I tried to switch throwing grenades to a different button. That was more convenient for me to click and wouldn't cause me to switch scrolling my weapons. I did worse. I had to switch back. Like, my brain is just horrible. Microsoftian horror.
I love this thing. I am so looking forward to using it. This is my Microsoft. This is my Xbox one. This is one of the reasons why I like the Xbox so much because they finally released this. This is brand new. I had to get it shipped from Hong Kong, even though it's made by Razer.
Hong Kong.
And these get a lot of use from me. Now this one is wireless, which is impressive because the Xbox ones are wired. But no, I love the Razer controllers. I have the Xbox 360 Razer controller. There is no PlayStation 3 Razer controller. I have the Xbox One Razer controller, the PS4 Razer controller, which is rare. It's right over here. Which is why at one point people are like, why are you playing the PS4 version of Destiny 2 on your PS5? It's like, because I want to use this.
Yeah. Talk about Hong Kong.
Which, by the way, wait, just one thing. Samuel, you notice this one, on the other hand, the PS4 one has the sticks like a PlayStation controller.
Yeah. No, what I was going to say was, talking about Hong Kong reminded me of a discussion my dad and I were having about. Don't want to get into any details because I don't want a certain Winnie the Pooh to flag this stream.
Mm-hmm.
One sec, my brother's texting me. Yeah. We were talking about basically what they would need to do to effectively take Taiwan with minimal risk, and it's when he pointed certain things out. It's kind of scary how freaking, like, especially with who we have in charge, it's very, 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 all they need to do is figure out a way to get Indonesia killing itself, and they can push the United States back to Hawaii.
How dare you? I like the Xbox controller. I actually really like the Xbox controller. I prefer Xbox.
Come on, Billy, you can do it. Pave your way, put your back into it. Tell us why, show us how. Look at where you came from. Look at you now. I like singing just randomly. It's like twitching.
Why?
My dad, I don't know. My dad has problems with me because apparently I have like nerve. Apparently I'm like a freaking meth addict. I just like tweak and I pace and I just move around a lot. Same thing with singing. I just do it. I'm not controlling it. It just happens. Probably undiagnosed ADD or something like that. I don't know. I don't care. I'm fine.
I don't think anybody cares at this point. It's just, I don't know.
Steve, look, Kat, don't judge me, okay?
I am going to judge you.
I'm neurodivergent.
Are you gonna put that on your? Are you gonna make a Twitter account and put that on your Twitter profile that you're neurodivergent?
My pronouns are Hershey, and I demand that Hershey chocolate give me free chocolate to.
You know what? I have this idea for YouTube Shorts that I'm thinking of doing, where you know how you have those idiots who are like, it was Jeremy from Quartering often brings this. I'm what's it named? The pronoun whatever. It's that crazy woman who's like fish is fish self pronouns. Let's use them in the sentence. I was thinking of being like, today I'm going to tell you how to use F, but I'd have a beeper. That's the thing. I need to figure out how to bleep out words. So it's like F and U pronouns.
It's not hard. It's not hard. It's just the way I understand it is time consuming. So you need to go into an editing software and you need to put like a bleeping noise over that specific part of the soundbite. And then if you want to also censor the mouth, you've got to like put up something over. It's not, if you're cursing as much as I do, it's a bit of a bitch to edit properly.
Well, I was going to make it more restraint. I was going to make it 60-second shorts. It was like, today I'm going to teach you how to use F and U pronouns. F did this.
Depending on how much you curse if you want to do the bleep. The method I know how to do would be a bit of a bitch.
Well, I'm gonna figure something out because then I was gonna do it. And today I'm gonna teach you how to use beep, bop, boop pronouns in a sentence, just to make fun. And it would be meant to be mockery and to make fun of them.
Yeah, I freaking love Gina Carano. I still need to watch Terror on the Prairie.
Yeah, I still need to watch Terror on the Prairie. I haven't seen it.
My excuse is I don't have a account to the Daily Wire. What's your fucking excuse?
I work in retail.
That's
yes.
You have time for Destiny.
I haven't played Destiny in like 3 weeks.
You literally.
Destiny, original Destiny. I haven't played
Discord. I'm like, where is Kat? I go on Discord to message you. Playing Destiny. Me.
Not Destiny 2. I haven't played Destiny 2 in like weeks. I haven't played.
Yeah.
No.
Games I've been playing. I've been playing Total War Warhammer 3. I'm probably going to be making. I know I'm going to be making a narrative series for it soon. I'm just testing out mods, trying to see get a stable balance because mods just make the game so fucking good. And I've got Wasteland 3 ready to download. I just need to get around to actually downloading it and playing it. I played it originally on Xbox. I played it originally on Xbox, but now I've got the don't get me started. I can't wait to see where Crowder's going with his stuff. I fucking love Papa Crowder. But biking to class and just everywhere, the best part of that was I could just pop an earbud in and I'm now able to listen to Crowder streams. I would watch a third of it going to class, a third of it getting coffee, and then a third of it on my bike ride home. Love Papa Crowder. I really, really, really hope he's able to keep Mug Club going, able to keep the Good Fight going, Strange Animals, all that. Would love to see him do some movies. I don't know if that's a thing he'd be able to do though. Not everyone is in that position. Not necessarily position, but just skill set. I don't know if anyone watches this channel, but the Almighty Lolly is doing a review of Team Channel Awesome's trilogy of really shitty movies. Knowing stuff about movies and making a movie are two completely different things, and it shows from some of the stuff he's shown from that horrible trilogy. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Crowder. I'm not excited because he could lose everything if he doesn't get the funding he needs, but you all know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not completely crazy, right?
Yes, you are completely crazy, but we also know what you mean. Now, I like the Daily Wire.
Sad. Pretty sure Kanye doesn't like it.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
That's Kanye. That's
Kanye's
his problem,
crazy.
not mine. Though I'm beginning to realize
Dave has a YouTube channel.
Wait, Dave who?
Dave Landau, part of the Letter with Crowder cast.
Oh yeah.
His Halloween costume this year was amazing.
No, I'm beginning to realize that I need to start preparing for when Hogwarts Legacy comes out. I was watching someone who was who was talking about the whole thing against J.K. Rowling, and they're like, all of this the Hogwarts stuff that you bought before is okay. Just don't buy anything new. So I'm like, you know what? I need to buy some new stuff.
Well, to be fair, to be fair, and that defense, my dad has the same perspective on stuff. I think Nike or Adidas, one of those two, where that means it's good. That means it's good. Yeah, that's totally fair, man. I basically only watch it for some of the documentaries and for Terror on the Prairie. Maybe some of the content they do with the comment section, just because that style of content and editing clicks better with me. I still watch Dave. I still occasionally watch Dave and Matt Walsh's stuff. Not Dave. Ben. Why do I call him Dave? Ben Shapiro and Matt Walsh's stuff.
Oh, I like Ben Shapiro.
I don't know. I can't. For some reason, I just can't sit and watch the entirety of their streams. I couldn't sit and watch an entirety of Steven Crowder's stuff. Maybe it's just because that's more satirical and humorous, and there's jokes mixed in, whereas Dan and Matt Walsh are very serious.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. No, I watch a lot of Matt Walsh, but at the same time, I get tired of being like.
You mean like me, Samuel?
My only problem is there are things that they say, and there's absolutely nothing you can do. She's like, it's frustrating at times where I read his headline, the headline, and I'm like, yeah, but we already know this is happening. What am I going to do about it? There's absolutely, so I'm just going to get angry listening to something that I can't change. So sometimes I
mean, you can change it.
How?
The method will get you either locked in a cell that's way too small to be considered humane, or 6 foot under in an unmarked grave.
Yeah.
Domestic terror jokes. Da da ba ba da ba.
Yeah. So, yeah.
My channel's getting destroyed. It's gonna be great.
I think that's what happened to my channel. I spoke against the certain group at some point, and it got.
Which one? Are you talking about they, or are you talking about the Alphabet Mafia?
The Alphabet Mafia.
Oh, the Marshmallow Fairies. Okay.
Yeah, but the ones that start with the letter T, because I said things. Look, as I said, I actually. Turks? Yeah, all of them.
Oh, the Young Turks.
I think I noticed that if I get angry, the thing is they're not monetized. My live streams are not monetized, and I have probably a more respectable view and realistic view than a lot of other people. And yeah, it's like
are your views that they are superior than your average person and the ground they walk on should be praised?
No.
I don't really have too many strong opinions on that. Like, yeah, they're definitely. I know they're definitely hopping in on the culture war, but I don't know. Again, I'm subbed to most of their channels just because if it pops up, I might be interested if I need like something to listen to. I actively watch the comments section again because that's like it.
Oh yeah, I've been watching the comments section.
Yeah, it's edited in a way that it's targeted at my generation, so obviously it's content that I would enjoy. Cat, why are you? Cat, Red Bull.
Yeah, I don't want to go grab it now.
I don't have the clip, so I'm just gonna Red Bull shots in the evening.
No.
I don't have access to any of those clips. I need to get some of my own. Need to set some up.
Look, I think that's one of the reasons why I've pissed off the wrong people.
Oh, my eye hurts. So, what else? No, it's more of the editing style. Like, if Brett Cooper was just sitting in the same desk as Ben Shapiro and rattling stuff off, I probably wouldn't enjoy it. It's mostly the editing style is entertaining for me.
I think one of the ones that I really like is Dan Bongino.
I don't know who that is. Because, Samuel, I watch Steven Crowder. Well, I listen to because I use Spotify now more than I use YouTube. But, like, I can sit, I listen to the full, like, 2 hours of the Louder with Crowder podcast, whereas I don't do the same. It's probably because I want something that's more than just facts being spat at me.
And I
want some humor injected in, which the comment section does do, because they understand memes and GIFs. This one called me a Redditor.
Huh?
They look exactly the same, dude. I don't know what you're talking about.
What?
Brett Cooper looks exactly the same as Ben Shapiro.
No, I've seen her.
Yeah, no, she's Ben Shapiro's clone. She's Femme Shapiro.
Yeah.
No, that was like a thing that was just when she first started doing the comment section. That was a thing people were saying.
Oh.
Did you not realize? Did you not see that shit?
No, I did not, because I didn't watch Brett Cooper back then. I watched mostly Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, no, it's like a very
Brett Cooper's a recent one.
People both use as an attack and as like it's funny to talk about. I remember the freaking Hassan Piker. Like, she reacted to Hassan Piker trying to own her. It was really funny. It was I have no respect for Hassan Piker.
I don't think anybody does.
Because, again, we need to talk about happy things. I just finished watching the third Pirates of the Caribbean movie earlier.
I don't remember.
The one where they go to, like, the Davy Jones locker and they fight in the whirlpool.
Oh, yeah.
I knew she was an actor. I didn't realize she had a channel.
Wait.
I'm going to have to sort of disagree with you there on her being a Femme Shapiro. I've seen pictures of her. I disagree. If it's the same sister that we were both talking about.
Wait, he has a sister? Or is
He's
this
got a
just-
sister. Yeah, I'll try to find a picture of her. I think she's also I think she's on Doom Patrol.
Wait, you mean a video game? Because I'm playing Doom right now.
No, Doom Patrol, the show.
What is Doom Patrol, the show, and is it?
It's like a DC series. This is his sister.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's based on like the DC series Doom Patrol.
Oh.
I've never watched it. I've heard it's decent.
Nah, it can't possibly be decent because the only decent is Doom. The video
No
game.
comment. That Flash Kids cartoon that mocked this particular. There's a Flash Kids cartoon that made a joke of it. That's really, really good. Okay, now I'm curious. What's it called? Classically Abby. All right, I'm curious.
Wait, this Classically Abby is his sister.
Ben Shapiro's sister. Okay. Get
Okay,
ready
that's
with New
cool.
Miami. One take with no edit. Okay, this is. This is definitely not a channel I would be watching. This seems to be like relationship advice.
Ugh,
she's
boring. Is it? With women.
She's only 20 fucking. I'm sorry. She's only 29. She's 29. What the fuck?
What?
She looks like she's in her early 20s. I tried to watch Titans. Joker Voice sings that show's praises. I can't enjoy it. I hate it so fucking much. So yeah.
What was it? I don't know. I'm gonna make a video. I was looking up Steam games because for the Steam Deck, and because when you look up recommendations for video games, they always bring you a similar stuff, right? So I got all these top 10 games, and I got this person who's recommending cozy games. I'm like, what the hell is a cozy game? And I'm listening to it in horror, so I'm going to make my list of my top 5 cozy games, which include exterminate missions in Warframe, Doom on Steam Deck, because there's nothing more comfy than hiding under a blanket and playing Doom on Steam Deck. Any Doom game on Steam Deck can go, and then Destiny 1, because that's nice in memory.
See, that doesn't really feel like a cozy game though, because yeah, I get that you're trying to. I get you're trying to be. Cat, listen, I understand you're trying to be edgy.
I'm not trying to be edgy. There's nothing more
Cat, you're saying that a game involving slaughtering people is something you find cozy. I understand.
Yes.
That's edgy.
That's not edgy. That's fact.
Yeah, that's edgy.
No,
that's
it's not.
really edgy, Cat.
That's not edgy. That's not edgy.
It is edgy, Cat.
No, it's not.
Calm down, okay?
It's not edgy. All right. It's
not
why. Edgy. No.
I've got these scars.
No.
You see, my father was a drunk.
No.
Hey, I'm telling a story.
No, I don't want to know your story.
Yeah. Samuel, sorry, I clicked this up for. Yeah, no, Samuel, you're absolutely right. I don't know. Maybe it gets better. I got to episode 3 and I just couldn't watch. It was painful. Look. Whereas Wednesday, Titans was painful to watch. I could not watch it. I don't even have a deep connection with the fucking Teen Titans. I didn't even watch that original anime. The closest, I watched Teen Titans Go. And I hated Teen Titans Go. I heard Titans was pretty good, so I watched. See, I could see Red Dead being a cozy game because it's not all about
no.
Because you can just ride around and shit. But no, back to this. I don't know. I don't even have a connection to the Teen Titans source material, so it can't be. Oh, I hate it because I don't. The only issue I really have with the source material is the fact that Starfire is not orange. That's it. That's my only complaint with that show in regards to respecting the original source material. I just didn't enjoy it. But yeah, no, if I had to go with cozy games, I would say Minecraft is definitely up there. If I could get a Pokemon game, Pokemon would definitely be there.
No. There's nothing more comforting than killing hundreds of Grenier in a mission.
Cat the Psychopath, ladies and gentlemen. Stellaris would also be, depending on what mood I'm in, Stellaris is also a cozy game. If it's I'm exploring the galaxy and building a federation, it's a cozy game. If it's I'm executing my ideal fantasy of humanity, that is something that belongs in Warhammer 40k, and let's leave it there.
No.
What do you mean jailbait? Again, I only got to episode 3 and then I turned it off, so I don't know what you mean, Samuel. Did I grow up in that? Hold on. I don't know when that show was out. Teen Titans.
Look.
That show came out. That show came out like 2 months after I was born. So, no, I did not grow up when that show was running. That show, my brother, that show is older than, that show is only slightly younger than me. So, yeah, no, I didn't grow up watching it. But yeah, no, Titans is just not an enjoyable show, in my opinion. It feels like they were trying to capitalize on the CW. And, well, I knew it was early 2000s. I just didn't know if it was early 2000s, like 2007, which at that point I could be watching. It could be something I was watching because I'd be like 4 or 5. But no,
I feel so
May 23rd, 2003. That's when I was born.
I feel so
old.
What?
It's been a while since I watched it. I didn't realize the actress was underaged.
Well, if we now know anything about our society, we know that that's something that is highly, highly encouraged and wanted. And,
Talking about American society almost makes me wish for a nuclear winter.
Yes, trust me. Same. Sometimes I think we're not realizing it. But how America, are we stuck in the world of how the people who America tried to liberate don't really realize they're being liberated? Is Putin trying to liberate us and we don't realize he's trying to liberate us?
No. And
we
Putin,
just
no, Primal, we don't need a time machine. We just need to get enough people. We don't need 1 million happy people. We just need 500,000 fucking pissed.
I'm pissed. Doesn't do anything.
Cool. We need a few 100,000 more. We need a lot of fucking angry people, to quote Stormfront. Yes, I'm taking the advice of an actual Nazi. From The Boys. There's a line Stormfront is trying to get Homelander to understand popularity. You don't need thousands. You don't need an entire country to love you. You just need enough of them to hate another part that they love you in comparison. She also gathered up a bunch of fat neckbeard simps as her workforce. So I don't really know how this goes.
I don't know either, except I don't know how that demon died. I'm kind of confused by that demon's death.
What do you mean by a demon?
I'm playing Warframe. I'm playing Doom right now.
You mean a demon baby? Because let me tell you something about Herschel Walker, the guy who should have been governor of Georgia. If Herschel Walker was elected, there would be no demon babies because he would kill all the demon babies.
No,
there would be a marked drop in demon babies, but because he's no longer governor, because he's not the governor, there's going to be an uptick in demon babies. So if you kill the demon baby,
what are you talking about?
I don't either. It's a bit on Louder with Crowder whenever they talk about a governor, some candidate named Herschel Walker. Whenever they brought him up, they did this
demon baby.
Zenny gets it. Zenny gets it.
I don't get it.
Oh, Zenny gets it like the Built Bars. Kim Jong-un loves Built Bars.
Look,
not the birthday cake ones, though. He's a man. Big man.
Okay.
My channel's getting taken down for racism.
Mine's getting down for questioning the cult.
Senate race. There we go. Again, I don't know. I don't live in Georgia. I don't give a crap. It's a good thing I never picked up smoking. I go through a pack of freaking gum in a day. I imagine what I'd do with fucking cigarettes.
I don't want to know what you would do with cigarettes.
I'd probably die because I got a family history of respiratory problems.
and I have a family history of heart problems, so it's a good thing I didn't take a certain injection. Just saying. I wonder how's that working out for everyone.
Blood clots.
Yeah. Wonder what other medical procedures are doing anyway. That we now that people who kind of are being silenced.
Oh, Zenny just gave hold on, Zenny, you just gave away your age. Kim Jong Un age.
What was it?
He's only 38.
Yeah, well, that's what that kind of lifestyle does to you.
I really, really, really hate the fact that I'm like the youngest person in this fucking community.
Whereas I hate the fact that I really wish I was younger. So, on the other hand, you know what? Why would I want to be younger given how effed up the world is? I don't have to worry about living through it as much as you do.
Well, because if you're young like me, you can turn off your brain, throw yourself into a meat grinder, and
No,
come out on the other side when things are fine. Not an actual meat grinder. Meat grinder.
No, because because you cannot ignore it. It's like my YouTube channel, right?
Maureen Cole.
Because I dared to not agree with the cult, my YouTube channel is probably being shadow banned again. Because it's unusual for me to go from literally over 1,000 for close to 2,000 views on something to 200. I've had this happen before where like all of a sudden, yeah. So because I don't agree, and the thing is, I'm not even completely right on the whole thing either. As I said, I genuinely believe that there's some people who, but I think that 99% aren't real.
Anyone who's rational knows that this is a actual problem. It didn't come out of nowhere. The difference is how the execution of it. You got some people who think it's something we should electroshock out. We've got some people who think we should embrace it. We got some people who think we need to ignore it. And then there's my personal opinion of if you involve it with kids,
you should die.
You should be brutally and horrifically executed to dissuade this.
Yes, I agree.
Samuel, the infamous, knew a guy years ago who used to drop
but the problem is
Pro off stage at local concerts and smoke with his butthole. What the fuck, Samuel?
Oh, that is just effed up.
I am confused. What? I'm so confused.
I guess it's to get the nicotine. No, the thing is, you can't. The problem is,
no, you can't just to get the. What the fuck? How does any of that make sense?
Sort of like when you put there's certain medications designed to go up the butt. Look, the problem is
Samuel, you're 42.
The problem is,
or you're 420.
You can't hide. That's the thing. It's like they're going to force you. Your entire life is eventually going to be affected by this. You can't just go into the meat grinder and come out of it when it's all over. I don't
want to. I want to play my part and help fix society. It was mostly a joke. Like, yeah. Anyway.
I mean, I want to be left alone. Honestly,
I'm legitimately surprised to find out Samuel is 420. You're a young Eldritch deity.
No, I'm in my billions. Because I'm Egyptian. I get mummified.
No, you're not Japanese. It's the Japanese who live to be billions.
No, Egyptians, we get mummified every now and then.
Yes, no, I know you're 40. I know 42. That was my first guess, dude. So what else do we want to talk about? Because all
right. Well, first of all, have you seen what's it called?
Happy Topics. Happy Topics.
Well, have you seen The Witcher? I haven't played the game yet. I did just install it though on my Steam.
I read the second book out of order of the first book. I'm currently going through the first book. I watched the first season. Having read the book, I have more problems with the first season than I originally did. I hate the second season. I tried to play the Witcher game, and I was going to college in like 2 weeks, and I had a bunch of other stuff I wanted to do, so I stopped, and I just never continued playing it.
I think the problem for me is when you tell me that that you have the option to romance characters in a game, that automatically kind of turns me off.
I mean, you could just ignore it. Also, accept the fact that you are playing a male character, so
And it's going based off the books where he only has 2 canonical. Like Geralt is straight. Like that is
yeah, no, that makes sense.
Straight. He is promiscuous as fuck.
Okay, I don't care.
He goes through so many women. Now, granted, I mean, when you get to be how old he is, he's like in the hundreds. Sex becomes like stress relief, whereas proper intimacy is something you reserve. Like, long story short, be prepared for that. Also, you don't need to romance either of them.
No, I just want to kill stuff.
Which you can do.
I'm very simple.
Yes, you're very simple-minded.
No, I'm very simple in my needs for my video games.
You're very simple-minded.
No, I am just I look, I like fast.
Oh, Zenny, I apologize. Yeah.
Hey, no. I as I said, I have no problem with that. I don't want a lot of conversation. I think a genre of video game that I would really like that I need to get into is arcade games because I like fast-paced, action-filled games.
Yeah. If you don't like talking, you are not going to like The Witcher. From what I remember, there's like a lot of extended conversations. There's a lot. How you respond to people matters. Like it is.
Why? Who cares?
People care. Oh, Samuel, dude. Like we shout that shit out anyway. Like when we get towards the end of the stream, we shout literally everyone out. Like I think I remember shouting out. Like some guy hopped in the stream and was like, "Hey, could you give us a shout out?" And I gave him a shout out. So we shout. I mean, granted, literally the only people here already go to your streams. I'm the nobody in this little community.
So am I.
I think you've got the most subscribers out of everyone.
Yeah, but I don't get the most views out of everybody.
You got it doesn't matter. You got 7K subs. You got 7K subs. I think the next closest person is.
I need to make more videos, more fun videos about how.
Yeah, you do. You need to make more content. You need like.
About what?
Well, I need to. Well, I'm gonna start like. I mean, I give my opinions on media. I'm like, for example, I don't want to make my channel solely about the Dragon Prince, but whenever I do talk about that show, I get a lot of views. I wish I got more comments because I like fighting in the comments section. I also have some of the more extreme takes in that community, like elves deserve to be exterminated.
All right, you want a little bit of information? Fine. I normally I don't like to violate the person's privacy. As I said, I follow Viso's voice actor.
Wait, whoa! Well, I'm talking about like in-world talks. What are you talking about?
You're talking about the Dragon Prince, right?
Yes.
All right, so Visa's voice actor is in a relationship with the voice actor of the name that starts with T. Terry. Yes.
Okay, cool. I don't care what voice actors do.
Oh no, I just thought you would, because at one point they were doing a lot. I get, because I follow him on Twitter, and he once announced that they were doing some kind of live stream where he was signing autographs. The Dragon Prince person. So you keep talking about the Dragon Prince. I'm like, yeah. They were doing some kind of live stream where they were like signing. I was like, I saw it. I was like, I didn't watch it. I don't care. As I said, I'm not a fan of the Dragon Prince.
I really hate the show now, and the community. Like the community is not as bad as some other animated shows, but they're just really fucking annoying. Like you bring up legitimate criticisms of the show, and they'll be like, "Well, you just didn't like it because it didn't have the ship you wanted, or because there were fart jokes." And I'm like, "No, read my fucking comments." That is not at all what I said. Watch the video I made discussing my biggest problem with this arc. It's not the fact that it centers around a gay romance. It's the fact that it adds fuck all to a season with 9 fucking episodes. Why am I pissed? Stop being pissed. We need to talk about happy things. What's happy?
No, well, it's sort of like me with the. Now I'll admit, nowadays sometimes I'll post about it on Twitter just to troll people because I know it pisses off the 3 girl gamers and the 3 girl gamers and the 1 non-binary femboy who love the story of Destiny.
Polyamorous, non-binary, vegan.
No, He admitted. He was like, I'm a non-binary femboy. Yeah, you're a soy boy.
So, what you're trying to tell me is your father was also your mother's brother then?
So you're getting the same treatment that I get when I criticize that. They're like, oh, well, you're a phobe. No, I think the story sucks. I don't care.
At this point, I get the definition has changed so much. I guess I am a phobe. Okay, and you got any more?
No.
Words?
Honestly, I don't even waste my time responding to that. All I say is, did I say anything about
really
that?
What's even worse is like you'll go, okay, and they'll take that as an admission of guilt.
Oh, I'm like, all I said when someone called me tree hugging tofu farting. The only thing I know about the Dragon Prince is the fact that I follow a bunch of voice actors. I will look them up and I want to be nice, so I'll say, you did a great job. Because if you're an obscure voice actor, like the voice actor of Viso, who basically has like a small list, who's very new on it, you know what? I like the character of Viso. I think he did a good job. So I tell him, hey, I like Viso. I think you did a good job. Same thing with Latrox Un. Follow the voice actor of Latrox Un. Said the same thing. I like Latrox. I like Latrox more than Viso. I think, and the guy actually responded. He's like, he was meant to sound like Richard Attenborough. The only thing I know about the Dragon Prince is the fact that I follow Viso's voice actor, and Viso's voice actor will retweet stuff from one of the voice actors on the Dragon Prince. I know absolutely nothing about it other than that. So when you mention the Dragon Prince, it's like, yeah, did you know that there's a connection between Warframe and the Dragon Prince? That's it.
So here's the thing. I think Zenny was talking about the non-binary femboy you were complaining about.
Oh,
that is also a description of Terry. That is also a description of the fucking character.
Let me just...
Because, I mean, the character's an elf. Elves are tree-hugging tofu eaters.
I will post you something in the
The character is centered around a fart joke that implies fetish and is trans, so is technically a fairy. I hate Dragon Ball 2, but probably for very different reasons. I really do not like Dragon Ball. Like, it is... The power scaling is bullshit. Like, I don't know. I just don't like shows where you have that level of power scale. Like Supernatural had the same problem, but I was invested in that, so I guess that's what happened to a lot of Dragon Ball enjoyers. I also just hate weebs, so that might be part of it. Just kill all the weebs.
No, well, what you're getting, like I said, as I said, I think the one time I actually said something where someone's like, you're just a phobe over Osiris and Saint 14, I said, I never said anything against the two of them. I said the story sucks. And they never responded because I'm not wasting my...
You do complain about all the romance stuff, but it's primarily because it is a romance in Destiny, not the fact that it's also not like what... Apparently, I remember... I've seen the cutscene again recently. I don't really buy this, but people argue that Amanda Holiday and Cade Six had a sort of will they won't they relationship.
No, it was
in D1, because of the interaction they had at the hangar when he's like stealing the ship.
No, I don't see that either.
I can see where that is inferred. I can understand if Bungie was setting it up. I don't have an opinion on it. I could see it as being friendly banter or as flirting. It could be either way depending on where Bungie wanted to take it. If it was like that with Osiris and Saint 14, fine, but it shouldn't be a full-on romance. The only romance I think would be acceptable is Ala Cool finding a new bitch. That is the only romance I will accept in Destiny because Ala Cool is better.
The challenge of the elders guys with their queen. No. The thing is, Saint 14 and Osiris were established as friends and brothers. And we seem to be in a society where people of the same gender cannot be friends anymore. It's like one of the things, as I said, I have no problem with Devrim K. I like Devrim K. I know that the fact that he has a boyfriend named Mark was meant to be a joke on the fact that he's a sniper who misses his mark. But I don't want to... Yeah. You never noticed that? Wait, you never noticed that?
I'm sorry. That's gold. That's gold.
Wait, you never noticed that?
No, because I didn't hang around the EDZ because I wasn't a fucking freak. Oh.
No, well, sometimes if you go to collect his bounties, he will comment about how he misses his Mark. So people said that's how they know he's gay. Now, personally, I have joked that Mark is his favorite teacup because there's no way Devram K would have any real relationship with anyone other than his goddamn teacups. Because the guy is so obsessed with tea, he puts even the British to shame.
Wait, Primal. I have to ask, is the you're gonna die, bastard, stop, that man is in black, is that the abridged line or is that the official line? So, context, Kat, before you think I'm a racist. Apparently, there's a character in the anime called Goku Black, and it's like an evil Goku. And there's like a scene where you've got Goku has a gun pointed at him and a dude's about to shoot him. And the way the soldier gets called off is, stop, this man isn't black.
Oh, God.
Hold on, I'll find it.
No,
It's so
but
good.
like I said, look, I don't want romance. I like the fact that they were friends. And then their friendship was broken because of Osiris was questioning the speaker and didn't trust the speaker anymore while Saint 14 was still loyal to the speaker. And so to turn that friendship, that genuine friendship, into a romance. One of the things it reminds me of is in the X-Files. I was watching a behind the scenes before Mulder and Scully got involved.
Hold on, here it is. You ready?
Okay.
Great! Plan B! This is for everyone you've killed! England, murderer! Hold your fire! This man isn't black! What? It's Commander Trump!
No.
That is an official... according to Primal, it's official. Also, he said trunk, not Trump.
Yeah, I heard trunk.
I heard Trump the first time, so that's why I thought it was a GIF. A joke, not a GIF, sorry.
No, oh God, you got me. Oh God, is it? I got distracted. I was going on. No, I like the genuine friendship between Saint 14 and Osiris, and to turn it into a romance. Oh no, I was going on about the X-Files. So I saw a behind the scenes, like, you know how they make those about that was done during the year before Mulder and Scully became romantically involved, and they were talking about how they weren't romantically interested, but that actually added more depth to their friendship. That they, trusted each other and considered each other friends, and that there was no romance, and that they felt like giving them a romance would take something away from that genuine friendship. And I feel the same thing about Osiris and Saint 14. I feel like they were friends.
Handling romance is very, very complicated in media. You got to balance it just right. And sometimes a romance doesn't work, or you don't want to go all in. Like, for example, I am 90% sure that apparently it's very heavily alluded to. I guess I just missed this, that after Stargate SG-1, Samantha Carter and Jack O'Neill, 2 L's, apparently they end up getting married. That's not blatant.
I could see. That I actually could see.
There's also that will they, won't they throughout the entirety of SG-1, but it's never hammered down. Now, granted, there's that hammered down will they, won't they between Daniel and Vala, but that's also Vala's character.
No, well, on top of that, he was her senior officer, so they couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, apparently, he's general. I think she also ends up being a general in Atlantis, so I think at that point they're of equal rating. I think, or was she a major?
No, rating.
I don't remember. I just remember I love Stargate. I want them to make more Stargate.
But I know I don't want them because I love.
Okay, again, I'm not. I was browsing the Reddit. I was browsing the Reddit, and
okay, if that's fanfic, then
I don't know. I was
either.
browsing the Reddit, and
but that one I can believe.
So do Samantha and Jack ever get together? And someone responded with, "It's never outright stated, but there's evidence in Atlantis to suggest that they get married."
Yeah, but their definition of evidence is serious and
apparently
together because they hugged each other.
It apparently was like a line, and then there's like a photo on a desk or something like that. Like, again, I don't know for it's Vala and Daniel get together. That just happens. That just fucking happens. No one can deny that. The amount Vala makes that fucking happen.
And that's not me fit. If anyone remembers the later seasons of SG1 and remember who Vala
I don't remember. It's
Malderon
been a
is,
very long time.
like, it's fresh in my brain. I haven't watched it in a while. I've never seen Dragon Ball. I don't know. I just know that video made me laugh. She's a colonel. Okay, she's a colonel. Again, it's been a while since I've seen it, Samuel. I'm sorry. I can remember like a ton of lines from O'Neill. I can't remember major lore details. It's O'Neill, 2 L's.
No,
Damn it, General, you messed up my backswing.
No, I mean, I think that's
In the middle of my backswing!
I think that's
Sorry.
one of my, yeah, that was awesome. That was a really great episode. No, I don't like, we need more friendships because the majority of people are friends. The majority of people are not romantic partners. The majority of people are friends. Me and a guy I work with are constantly joking. You know, we'll constantly make comments where like, we'll be like, you know, just clearly implied stuff where it's like, but he's here watching. Well, maybe he wants to watch. We will joke about this stuff, but at the end of the day, we have no romantic interest. But yeah, we're friends. We, you know, we care for each other as friends.
Which is really funny that people got super pissed that Wednesday didn't end up with her roommate in that show.
Because that's what I don't understand. What is it with me? Have they never had friends? Even me, the
they also bitched that the 2 bullies were black.
Yeah, I heard about that one.
Which also,
was really dumb.
I agree, not from, black people can't be villains, but from the fact that they literally only had the bullies to have bullies. Neither of them have anything that really adds to the plot aside from like Wednesday showing off her fencing skills against one bully and then using some judo to fight some other ones, which again, her father taught her fencing. He also probably taught her some self-defense. It's fine.
Oh wait, so she could.
Yeah, so okay, that happens in there. Yes, I know that, but there's also Vala likes Daniel. That is evident throughout the series.
I don't know.
Vala loves Daniel. That is a thing. That happens. That is a core part of her character. That is a thing.
I don't remember.
Daniel is depressed and hesitant to get into another relationship because his last 2, I know for a fact his first real relationship, and then I think he had a second one that didn't go well, both ended with the woman he loved dying horrifically, I think once in his arms. So he didn't want to emotionally invest himself. He also saw Vala as someone trying to play with his emotions. So the time dilation field. That when they're on the Daedalus. When they're on the Daedalus after getting the Asgard core. Yeah. Them actually getting together, you're right. That gets retconned with a they went back in time deal. But I do easily see Vala pushing Daniel into a relationship at some point. That is with like because Daniel did eventually fall in love with Vala in that episode.
I imagine.
As I said, it's not impossible to say that they end up together.
As I said, it isn't to me. I don't have I mean, yeah, romance needs to be done well, but I also find that these people, like I said, Sirius Black and Remus Lupin hug, and because they hugged, they were a couple.
Oh, don't get me fucking started on Avatar: Legend of Korra. I don't even like that show, and I still feel the need to hurt people.
I mean, no. People. That's what I'm saying. If you have more romantic relationships than friendships, most people are friends. I talk about how most of my characters have like Tiso and Vico are good friends. I love how characters write themselves. Viso and Tezzin ended up being really good friends.
Yeah,
but they're not partners. They're friends. That's one of the things I don't like about the Saint 14 Osiris thing.
Yeah, Samuel. Again, this is somewhere like I'm not saying it's canon that they are together. I'm not saying that it's confirmed they are together. I'm saying that with what's in the show, there's a very good likelihood of it. I'm not one of those shippers where I'm like, oh, it's possible. It's more likely that those two got together than fucking what's his name? The Shepherd and not Tila. No, is it Tila? The chick of the Atlantis group. You know what I mean? Like Yeah, in the earlier seasons, there's evidence trying to push it towards that, but they end up shifting that away for reasons I can't remember. But Daniel and Vala, especially their interactions with that time loop, it's not like they're under mind control. It's it's still them.
No, I haven't watched Stargate in a very long time.
Primal, I agree. I'm in a bad spot to be going, yeah, Primal, I agree with you, because I'm arguing for Daniel and Vala in Stargate against Samuel, but yeah.
I honestly don't remember Vala. I barely remember.
It's been played by Claudia Black, very like flirty.
I have no idea who Claudia Black is. I haven't watched Stargate in at least a decade.
Did you ever watch Farscape?
No.
Fucking
and
watch
honestly,
it.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't remember who the hell Vala is. So
she's in the later seasons during like the prior arcs.
Yeah, as I said, I don't remember because I haven't watched Stargate in like a decade.
Now I want to watch. Hold on, where it's on Netflix? No, it's on Amazon Prime, I think. No, I'm watching. You got me watching Stargate, guys. Thank you. The good Stargate, SG-1. Oh, fuck, I want them. I want them to make Stargate, but I like a new Stargate. But I also don't want them to because I know it's going to be shit.
I love just beating demons up with their own limbs. That's why I love Doom. Just beating demons up with their own limbs.
Cat.
Yes.
Cat. Yeah, she's like in the last 3 seasons. She shows up in, I think, like the 6th season, and then as a main part of the cast.
That does not make me remember them in any way. I don't remember who she is. I told you, I haven't watched Stargate in like a decade. So no matter how many, what you tell me about, oh, she showed up, it doesn't matter. I've
got 27. I've got 27 hours. I've got 27 hours. I've got 27 hours to watch all 10 seasons of Stargate SG-1.
That's impossible.
Fuck you, why isn't it possible, you bastard?
Because there are more hours.
Isn't it, you dumb bastard?
I mean, as I said, it's a minimum of 10 years. It's probably longer. I have no clue. But I love Doom. And I love killing stuff in Doom.
Cat is a psychopath.
I only do it in video games. In real life, I'm a softie.
Wait, why does switching it from video games to real life? Are you saying that killing people in real life isn't okay?
It depends on the person.
Or we can just make our own. Like, I'm trying to make my own.
Your own
way. I have horrible work ethic, but I mean, I'm gonna try to use the fact I'm gonna try to use you all to force myself. Yeah, I don't have any of the physical stuff, but I do love all that stuff. I'm gonna try to use the fact that I've got a channel to force people to get me to focus on getting this fucking world done. I'm finishing up the map. This is like the 5th iteration of the map. If it loads, it's loading. Still loading. Still loading.
Whoa.
Still loading. I'm gonna stop sharing and hope that loads faster. Okay, there we go. It's loaded.
What?
Yep. Sorry. Like, I'm trying to get some more stuff done. So I'm forcing myself to work on the map. As you can see, I've only got this chunk done.
Yeah, I gotta work on a whole bunch of stuff too. I got
all of this to work on
because I really want to go back to Tico, Vico, Tiso, and Kai, and everyone else. I'm tired of, but at the same time, I have like a half a dozen things for Viso I want to do first.
My first novel only takes place here, this tiny little bit. I have a lot of stuff to flesh out. I hate myself so much.
Which is why I'm just fine writing Warframe stuff whenever I have a free time to do it.
No, Zenny, having met Kat in public, she is a very violent and aggressive person who
you have never met me in public.
Guys!
You live in Texas.
You're libeling
You live in Texas. I live in New Jersey.
So you don't know what I look like. For all you know, I've been to New Jersey.
I highly doubt that.
You have no clue what I look like, Kat. You've never seen my face.
Yes, I know what you look like.
What I look like. You've totally seen me and interacted with me before. You don't know what I look like. Primal. I mean, we're just rambling, talking about random shit. I think this is a good spot to end the stream. We've been going for like 2 hours now. Like 2 hours.
Wait. Have you seen Avatar? You know, my family. My family was like on Sunday, which is Christmas Day. They were like, let's go. You want to see Avatar? I'm like, no, I want to watch Disney Burn. And someone was like, I saw someone on YouTube was like, you don't want to watch Avatar because you hate. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to enjoy watching Disney Burn. So I did not watch Avatar.
My issue with it is I just can't take the idea of a ground war with humanity serious. Like the first time, it was a mining company. It was the security forces of a mining company. Like, that was it. That I understand. The second time around, all you need is a pair of GPS satellites with thermal imaging, which they have in the film, railguns, which we have now, so why don't they have them in the film? Combat drones.
Because testosterone is toxic.
You don't need testosterone. You can have an Alexa do this. Just program it.
What's his name wanted no guns in the movie because he made all these horrible movies with guns, and guns are toxic. It's a movie, you idiot. It's not real. Get over it.
Sorry, my mom stepped in.
I'm sorry. No, but that's why I heard something about. I think there was like a video from Clownfish TV where they're like, yeah, they took out guns from the movie because.
Oh yeah, I saw an article about that. And
he's become a soy boy. That's all. James Cameron, you're a soy boy. Women don't like the soy boys. We think you're pathetic.
Well, he's also older, so I don't think he really cares about that anymore. I think he just cares more about his clout and his public image. See, this is something my dad talks about all the time. Well, not all the time, but this is something my dad and I talked about. Originally, you had designer clothes and designer dogs. Now you have designer ideas and designer children. And if you have children, you got to have designer ideas. So he's going on the current trend ideas of stuff.
I'm just going to say that the stuff they do to their designer children is creepy as you kip. And
I mean, I would argue stuff like child beauty pageants and stuff are on the same.
Oh, I agree. No, I agree. I don't think child beauty pageants are a good thing at all. No, I don't like child beauty pageants either.
Yeah, no, they're like people will be like, okay, so what do you think about child beauty pageants?
I don't think they should have kids going to Hooters.
Yeah.
So hate to bring it to you.
Like, what are those arguments? Those are things that a sane person would disagree with. Oh, do you think high school talent show? How the fuck is a drag show the same as a high school talent show? I have actually had someone argue that a high school talent show is on the same as a child drag show, and I'm like,
no. And I just saw something about by the way, throw away your Crocs because Crocs is having a child drag show. Under 18, you don't need to.
Oh no, Cat, you're the thing that you bought already, and they're not going to get any more money out of you. No,
I don't own Crocs. I'm not a fan.
Right,
of Crocs.
Neither do I.
I don't like guys. I don't think a person should walk around in public in flip flops and socks.
It depends on where you
socks?
Are. Socks? No. But like, I think my flip flops. I'm like, Cat, as someone who lived in Florida, jump off a cliff for that opinion.
No, I agree. As someone who spends summers in Egypt, we all walk around in flip flops. No, I'm saying in socks.
That's a third.
You're wearing flip flops for the sake of wearing flip flops because you know it's too cold for goddamn flip flop. But you know what? No.
I don't know who John Bennett is. Consider if it's
John. You don't know John, the girl who was murdered.
No,
it's not about that. It's they sexualize the kids.
Yeah, no. I'm not talking about the killing part. I'm talking about like sexualizing children.
Yeah, no. That look into true crime.
No. Primal. No. We're not.
That's too slow.
We're not giving them the Jesus treatment. Let's give them the Prometheus treatment.
That's too fast. You gotta have
Iron Cage. Let the buzzards have them.
No, it has to hurt a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Let the buzzards have them. Or we get to take a page out of the crab feeders book. Let's let the crabs have them.
Okay, Primal, that's going a little bit too far.
No, I like that. No,
I don't. That makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Good. It would make them even more uncomfortable. Make them hurt.
Yeah, I think we're just rambling. I think this is a good spot to end it off. Plus, Samuel's got his stream in a couple hours.
How many hours? Wait, isn't it?
He's got a Thursday stream.
Oh, I got invited to Nina, and I haven't answered yet. But Nina Infinity.
I have no clue who Nina Infinity is.
She's on Twitter. She had posted. She's like, to religious people, how do you explain if you're made in the image of God? How do you explain circumcision? And I'm like, well, Muslims don't believe people were created in the image of God.
Yeah, I don't understand that either.
What, that man is created in the image of God, or that Muslims
no, the
don't
circumcision part.
Oh no,
I'm still reading the Bible, so maybe I'll get to the point where. Oh no, I've actually already passed that because it was. I'm gonna reread that section to understand. Like, that is something I don't understand.
Well, I mean, there are reasons given in Islam. I'm not fully sure. Honestly, I never really looked into it. I know there are reasons given. To be honest, I never really looked into it because it's not an issue for me. However, it's sort of like
Why wouldn't it be an issue for you, Kat?
Guess. Just randomly guess.
What's a Lakota sun dance? I know what the Lakota are. I know what the sun is. I know what the dance is. I'm scared.
You should be, probably. No, so I know there's reasons for it, or they have reasons they believe for it. But
this does not help me, Zenny. I don't understand this either.
Yeah, no, I gotta answer her DM, because it would be cool now that the holidays are over. I know the name. I know I've listened to her before, so I'm like, yeah, why not? But yeah, I'm like, that's why Muslims.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that brings it back. Yeah, thanks, Samuel.
Whereas for as I said, Muslims do not believe. As I said, we believe God is transcendent. The only reason you use he and him when referring to God is simply because, well, Arabic is a gendered language. There is no transcendent non-gendered pronouns.
No,
but God is not. No, because Islam does not say God is Father.
Well,
Islam does not flat out say God is Father. There's no references to God as Father. In fact, you are not supposed to call God Father. Now
Kat, I have a question. Kat, does he bring the milk? Did he bring milk?
What? No.
Did he give us milk? Yes or no?
He created everything.
Did he give us milk? Was there not a land of milk and honey?
What does that have to do with Father?
Let me just yes or no, does he give us milk?
Technically, yes.
Fathers buy milk for their children, ergo he's
that makes absolutely no sense.
It makes perfect sense, Kat.
It doesn't. No, that is the dumbest connection. Besides,
no, you're the dumbest connection.
That makes absolutely no sense. Besides, as I've said, in Islam, God is transcendent. God is neither he nor she. God is not a human being. At least in Islam, God is not a human being. We cannot.
I'm not saying he's a human being. I'm not saying he's a human being.
Yeah, we cannot conceive of God. So to say man is made in God's image, that doesn't make sense, because then you're saying God is, well, human. But then we do not believe.
Let me get my copy. Hold on. My copy of the Bible's downstairs. Actually, I don't have it on hand.
But we do not believe Jesus is God. We believe he's a prophet. So anyway,
I don't think he's God. I think he's one part of God.
We don't believe he's a part of God either. We just believe he was a great prophet. But no, what I'm just saying is that's why what are you doing? That's why we don't say God and people were made in the image of God, because that would make no sense, because God is transcendent and does not look like people. So how can people be made in the image of God if God he does not look like people?
All right. Yeah, so I think this is I third time's a charm. Let's try to end it here. Shout outs. Kat does streams Saturdays and Sunday nights. I mean, everyone here knows the schedule. Samuel's doing a stream in a couple hours. He also does Saturdays Kat does Saturday and Sunday morning / afternoon. Samuel has tonight with Abyssal Musings, and then Screaming into the Void on Saturday nights. Then we've also got Friday night Royal Rumble with Legion Talk and all those guys. Over
No,
on
it's
the
postponed.
Legion
I think no, there's none this week.
Is it? Oh, there's not this one. There's
Yeah,
not one
they.
this week?
Yeah, you're not on Twitter.
No, I am now. Ryan bullied me onto Twitter.
You're
I
on
hate it.
Twitter?
My dad, Ryan bullied me onto Twitter, and then my dad made me follow a bunch of people on Twitter.
What? You aren't following me?
I think I am.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure I am.
What
I'll
did I
check.
post?
I'm pretty sure I am. I'm just not on it that often because I have no reason to be. I'm also keeping the. Hold on, I got 2 notifications. Samuel and some person named Michelle Harris.
Every now and then I'll post something on Twitter.
Well, you're not following me, so
Well,
yeah, no, I'm following you.
What is yours?
I'm not telling you.
Well, how am I have over 1,000 people. How am I supposed to figure out who you are?
That sounds like a you problem.
Right, I won't
there's
follow you then.
Joker Voice. Go check out his channel. He does really, really cool stuff over there. I stream randomly. Okay, Ryan's flight was canceled. All right, thanks, Samuel. Anyone else? Anything else? I think that's everyone. Yeah, sounds like everyone. All right. Thank you all for tuning in. Remember to go check out Samuel's stream later tonight, or if you're like Kat, who needs to go to sleep, and also loves Galadriel.
What the hell?
Have a good night, everyone. Peace.
Oh, well, you just love the Dragon Prince.
I mean, I think it's an okay show.
You like Tree Dude.
No, not the worst character in that season, actually.
I thought Tree Dude was the